I'm Nick Siro, I'm an Ashoka Fellow and I've been called a serial social entrepreneur. I work with two organisations, one called Solair that does solar power in Africa, and the other one called the AKU Society that works on rare diseases. The Solair is a social enterprise, which means that we are a mixture of business and NGO really. And what we try and do is train a growing network of solar enterprises in East and Southern Africa. So we provide them with access to a range of solar products and with marketing materials and with a whole business plan and a way of selling these in rural and urban areas. Traditional aid, as in done by a lot of the traditional NGOs, hasn't really worked. Africa is in many places as poor as ever, and actually evidence shows that traditional NGO projects lead people further into poverty by creating dependency. So Solair was formed on the basis that if we can actually create businesses and create jobs, we can actually help people lift themselves out of poverty. I'm the chairman of an organisation called the Alkaptonuria Society. We shorten Alkaptonuria to AKU. And AKU was the first genetic disease ever discovered over 100 years ago in London by a doctor called Dr. Garrod. He identified this disease which basically turned bones black. So it's been around for 100 years, but it's incredibly rare. It affects around 2 to 4 in a million people. So in the UK, there might be anywhere between 60 and 240 people with the disease. Both my children have got this illness, and it opened up my eyes to the kind of hidden epidemic of rare diseases that is sweeping the world. So what I'm doing with AKU is trying to build a global movement of AKU patients and also of scientists and industry to find a cure. And we're actually incredibly close to doing that. We've had some significant breakthroughs in the past few weeks, which means that we're now very hopeful that we will have a treatment shortly, maybe in the next couple of years even. Ashoka gives very strong credibility to the social entrepreneurs that it supports. Ashoka's been around for 25 years. I would actually argue that social entrepreneurship was born most likely with Ashoka, and it was campaigning for social enterprise way before it had actually become a term that is now so widely popular. So there's a lot of credibility there. Ashoka is very inspirational in the rigorous way in which it selects its entrepreneurs. It's a pretty grueling process that it's put its social entrepreneurs through, and that has very much inspired us in how we will select our entrepreneurs or our projects or our partner organisations.